Well, time now to take a look at your latest in business news. eNCA business reporter Heidi Giokos joins me now live for the economic week ahead. Heidi, always a pleasure speaking to you. It's a big week. GDP figures are expected to be released on Tuesday.
Yes, a very big week, and I think this is going to be the main focus for those in economics to just establish how much that economy has actually grown, if at all. Economists are predicting that GDP figures for Q2 2021 will only be between 0.5% and 1%. Of course, trying to focus on some of the sectors that could possibly contribute to some of that growth. We know that mining is expected to contribute significantly, with mining having grown significantly in Q2 of 2021. What else is going to be interesting to look at is accommodation, transport, and restaurant sector. We do know that part of Q2 was when there was an easing of lockdown restrictions, and that could have possibly contributed to some growth that we could have possibly seen with the easing of restrictions. However, at the end of June, we did see the country moving into alert level 4, and this would, of course, would have had a negative impact on GDP. So we'll definitely be looking at some of those numbers. Of course, COVID-19 impacting economic growth and economic activity, and that has a direct impact, Faith, on job creation. So hopefully there'll be some positive news coming out on Tuesday, with Stats SA releasing the gross domestic product numbers.
Certainly crossing fingers and toes there, Heidi. But let's talk also about company results that are out this week. What's there to look out for?
Yes, so the two main things we'll be looking out for is Momentum as well as Shoprite. Momentum, because we do understand there might be a massive loss in headline earnings per share, of course, again, exacerbated by the pandemic. But what will also be interesting to look out for with Momentum is, of course, the claims linked to COVID-19. We are expecting that to be significantly higher due to the various waves that the country has experiencing. And also Shoprite, Faith, we do know that with waves comes restrictions, and this means that people aren't able to consume alcohol as they would have before, and this, of course, has an impact on Shoprite's liquor sector. So we'll be looking out at how much of an impact that has had on their results. And of course, just the overall business, because a lot of people are a little more strained. Their pockets aren't as deep as before, with job losses and the economy really struggling. So it will be interesting to see how Shoprite has fared, and of course, looking at how the liquor restrictions has impacted results there.
And we've also seen the rand performing really well, especially this past week. What can we expect this week?
Yes, I must say the rand has been performing exceptionally well this past week, and we do know that it's been between 14 Rand 30. It has not gone over 14 Rand 50, which is exceptionally well for the rand. We know that our rand loves to have a lot of moods, but we do know that this has all been linked due to the fact that the Fed in the US suggested that it's in no rush to raise interest rates, and this, of course, has a positive impact on the rand. So we'll be looking closely at that, but there might be some negative impact on the rand this week due to those GDP figures coming out, all depending on what those GDP figures look like. Hopefully our economy has grown more than expected by some miracle, so we'll be watching out for the rand there. So all those stories and a lot more from our business team this week.
Heidi Giokos, we'll leave it there for this evening. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of insight into this economic week ahead. Well, some more stories.